And I've got the two marker pens just in case. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good luck.
Well, thank you very much, my guys. Okay, I'll do this presentation first and then I'll leave it to you. Good morning, class.
Good morning.
My name is Walter. Walter. That's good. So, what are all of your names then? What is your name?
My name is Professeur.
That's good.
Devoir.
Good. Yes. 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 Excellent. Okay. I may not remember all of your names all at once, but it's good that at least we've introduced each other to ourselves. So, now, the subject today is future inventions. And what we'll be studying is the simple future. And when you're using the simple future, you have to decide whether to use shall or will. Okay? I forgot to tell you, I'm British. Okay? You can probably hear that from the British accent. So, I also teach British English, which is slightly different from American English. Okay? The pronunciation can be different, the spelling can be different, but we'll see that later on. Okay? Right. So, we can go over to the next slide then. So just go, this again. I'll go to the next slide. There we go. Now, when to use shall. With the first person pronouns, that's I and we, the correct verb to talk about the future is shall. You understand that? If you have any questions, just raise your hands and ask me. Do you understand everything so far? Yes? All good? Yes? Excellent. Right. So, next. When to use will. With second and third person pronouns. So, you. Now, you know that you can be singular or plural. It can be one person, you. It can also be several people, you. Okay, you know that. So when it's you, either singular or plural, that second person, singular, plural, this is the third person singular, he, she, it, okay? And they. Obviously, third person plural. Right. The correct verb to talk about the future is will. So that is the difference between shall and will. Very good. Now, let's have some practice using shall and will. The following story about future inventions has blanks, which you must fill in with either shall or will. Okay, do you understand the instructions here? Everything clear? Yes? Okay, let's start the exercise then. This toasts bread while you're slicing it. So, that is the blank, so you have to put either shall or will there. So it's I, something, start my day with bread that's toasted while I slice it. So, do you think you should put shall or will there?
Shall.
Very good. Well, you all seem to know the answer very well, that's good. Now, you can read it all out So all together, 1, 2, 3.
I shall start my day with bread that's
Toasted.
while I sleep.
You see, that's a future invention. It's a knife that toasts the bread when you slice it. It's good, isn't it? Very good to start off the day with some nice toast for breakfast. And you know, in the UK, they have a big English breakfast. They like their breakfast in the UK. So, that's the first person singular. Next. Look at that. Isn't that a nice car? So, you something love how relaxing my computer-driven car is. So that's my computer-driven car, okay? Looks nice, so I can just relax, you know, and the car just drives me wherever I want to go to. And it just sort of wakes me up when it's arrived, so I know I mustn't keep on sleeping, I can get out of the car. Okay, so what do we put in there? Will. Very good. Excellent. So if you can read the whole sentence, please.
You will love how relaxing my computer-driven car is.
I'm sure you'd all love to have a computer-driven car like that, wouldn't you? You don't even need a driving license. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Yeah, no driving test. Just buy the car and you're off. Okay, next slide. Now, look at that. That is my virtual laser keyboard. Something. Turn any flat surface into a workstation. So, what do you think we have to put in there, in that blank? Is it shall or is it will?
Shall.
Are you sure? Remember that shall is first person singular. I shall. First person plural. We shall. Now this is not I. It's not me. I am not a virtual laser keyboard, even if it's green and I have a green shirt, but it's not me. So it's not I. And it's not we, because it's singular, first of all, whereas we is plural, and we is people, and this is an object. Now, what is the pronoun for an object? Is it he, is it she, or is it it? It, correctly. I mean, correct, yeah. So, it is which person? Is it first person, second person, third person, singular? First person, second person, third person, plural? What is it? Which person? Third person, singular or plural? Singular. Because if it was plural, it would be they. That's good. So, if it's it, therefore, to make it easier, in your mind, just replace my virtual laser keyboard with the pronoun it. And if it's it, what will we write here?
Will.
Correct. So now you're going to read the whole sentence.
My virtual laser keyboard will turn any
Okay, very good. Any questions so far? Anybody want to ask something about anything? No? You understand everything?
Yes.
That's good. Excellent. Now, isn't that useful? You know, that's much more compact. You know, you can put that almost in your pocket. But that, if it was a big keyboard, you cannot put it in your pocket. It's too big. So that is a future invention. Yep. Okay, next one. Look at that. robots. That is the future. So, it's at lunchtime, we something have robots to serve us. Isn't that nice, having robots to serve us? So, what do we write here?
Shall.
Correct. At lunchtime, we shall have robots to serve us. So we don't have to go up to the counter, although if you want to do a bit of exercise, you can always go up to the counter so we don't put on too many calories. But if you want to stay sitting at the table, then we just type what we want, the food, the drinks, and we get one robot with the food and one robot with the drinks. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
That is the future. Okay, very good. I don't think we read it. Let's read it.
At lunchtime, we shall have robots to serve us.
Very good. Well done, class. Now, do you recognize which film this is from? Movie. Which movie is this from? Yeah, because well, we tend to say movie, although British English will say film, okay? But because movie is so well known, when I say film, some people don't understand. So that's why you need to know that it can be film in British English and movie in American English. Okay? So, well, let's stick to British English. Film, okay? Do you know what film that still, because that's called a still, when you have just like a photo of in the film, okay, just a still picture. Do you know what still, what film that is from?
No.
You don't? Okay, I'm going to help you out. Okay, I'm just going to give you the first word of the title of the film, and I think you're going to find it, because the other class they found it just with one word, the first word. Okay, back. You never heard of it? Back. Okay, back to. Back to. Okay, you've got to choose. Is it back to the past or back to the future? It's back to the future. Because we're talking about future inventions. So, it was a whole series of films. There was Back to the Future 1, 2, 3, maybe others, I can't remember. But this is number 2, okay? Back to the Future 2. Now, can you see what they're doing? Look at that. Hoverboards. That is the sport of the future, hoverboarding. So, here is a sentence. All of you, something, want to join us for our favorite sport, hoverboarding. So, what are you going to write there?
Will.
Correct. All of you, that means plural. We're talking about second person plural here, okay? Because it's all. So it's all of you, the whole class, will want to join us for our favorite sport, hoverboarding. So, all together now.
All of you will want to join us for our favorite sport, hoverboarding.
Very good, excellent. Now, have you noticed something about this word, favorite? How it is spelt? What type of spelling is that? Is that British English, Australian English, American English, South African English? What type of English is that? I'll help you out. It's British English, okay? Because I'm British. But when it's American English, it's written differently. Does anybody know how it's spelled in American English? You know the other spelling? Okay, I'll help you out again. It's the U that disappears. You see? Because the Americans, they like everything very fast, like fast food. Very short and quick, you know, speedy, flashy, you know. So they want the words to be very short, you know. And so, to remember, In British English, we take our time about things. We're more traditional, you know, we have the whole full length way of writing it with the U, that is British English, and Americans, they just get rid of the U and they write it O-R instead of O-U-R. That is the difference in the spelling between British English and American English, okay? Right, now, you've got other words as well, in, which are also spelled differently in American English and British English, always with that same O-R or O-U-R. So, for example, labour, savour, neighbour, harbour, colour, behaviour. All of these words are written O-U-R in British English, like that, but in American English it's O-R. Now you know. Everybody understand?
Yes.
That's good. Well done, class. Right, well, we've read that out, so that's good. Next. Now, do you know what that is? What does it look like? Food, yes? What kind of food? Right. Hamburger and fries. Fast food, okay? But this isn't your ordinary fast food, okay? This has been printed. You see, that's a printer.
Yeah.
You know that now we don't only print paper, two-dimensional, 2D, we now have 3D printers. They can actually print objects like food. Isn't that wonderful? So, for supper, they sent me the fastest fast food in seconds. Now that is fast. Via 3D food printing. Okay, so what must we write in? Correct. So all together.
For supper, they will send me the fastest fast food in seconds.
Via. Via is more American. They tend to say via. But the British, they say via. That's another difference. But this time it's a difference in pronunciation. Before, we saw a difference in spelling. So sometimes it's written differently, sometimes it's pronounced differently. So here it's a difference in pronunciation, and we say via. Okay? Via? Printing. Okay, that's good. So, can you imagine, if you're hungry after the hoverboarding, okay, and you're at home, you don't even have to call up, a delivery person for them to come and deliver pizza or hamburgers or fries or whatever. You just go to your terminal, just choose what you want on the website, choose the food, and just send it off, and in seconds they print it, three-dimensional printing, in your 3D printer, and you get your food in seconds. Now, isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Yes! Excellent. Well, I'm very pleased with you, class. You've done a great job. And now you know the difference between when to use shall and when to use will. Thank you for your attention.
Well,